Hello and welcome back to another episode of Knockin' Bam 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 Bam. So guys, as we left off the last episode, we are in the playoffs with the first overall seed in the Pacific Division, going against the Nashville Predators in the first round. If you don't remember, last year we beat the Nashville Predators in the second round of the playoffs, 4-1. We lost the first game of the series and then won the next four straight. To start off the video though guys, we're going to take a look at one goal we had last game actually against Nashville. It was the game where we lost in the shootout with Tolvanen scoring the game winner there. Right there, the shootout lost 3-2. So I want to take you and take a look at the Fiala goal again. Tell me what you guys think. Was this not a high stick and or a goaltender interference?
And there's a delayed penalty call. Score! And this...
So to me, guys, to be honest, I actually thought there should have been goaltender interference. I thought he ran Talbot pretty easily. I don't understand why the ref couldn't make that call. That really did change the game for us technically because we did lose in a shootout after that one, but we still managed to get a point. But like I said, we should have won that game. Yeah, unfortunately that has to happen. So in case you were unaware of what happened last episode, let me catch you up to par. We made some trades at the trade deadline, right there being one of them, Chris Kreider. We acquired him. He was our biggest asset. We ended up trading Matt Zuccarello, first in 2020, and we also got a third and a seventh back this year for Chris Kreider. So we got some draft picks back while giving up first. And if we take a look on defense, we also have Justin Braun, welcome to the team. He was dealt for Jason Demers from San Jose. Back to the Kreider one for 1 second, though. He did end up signing after for 4 years, I believe, at 5.3, so we have him locked up. He's only 28, so but he's 32, 33, so we do have the advantage of using him in his prime, especially in the top six, with our top six becoming actually better than expected. I didn't show you the Nashville line, so we'll take a look at Nashville's lines before we jump into game one. Nashville. So kind of like last year, same thing. Forsberg, Johansson, Arvidsson, that hasn't changed. Here's the one different though. Thomas Vanek will be going up against us. He helped us beat this team last year. Now he's on the opposite end. He is taking over Craig Smith's role from last year on that second line with Kyle Turris and Kevin Fiala. Fiala is hurt, but I think he will play. We saw that last year, and with I think it was Ellis or I can't even think of Yossi. He had that, and as I saw right there, yes, Ellis. They had it and they still play. We'll see that happens first game. Baptiste, Bonino, Smith, and Yarncroc, Watson, and Hartman. Defense, Yossi, Subban, Elkholm, Ellis, Irwin, and Weber. Like I said, I expect these two to play. I don't see why not. But Tolvanen is scratched. That would be interesting. So maybe Fiala is actually not going to play. I don't see why Tolvanen would be not playing. I would have taken Nicholas Baptiste out. So I think he is not going to play. We're going to see what happens there, guys. This could be different what I expected. And then goaltender's obviously Pecorino with UC Saros backing him up. I don't have much to say for this. We are just going to jump into game one. So as I was also thinking, sorry, I'll back up for a second. If we were to make it to a Stanley Cup final game, and we went to game 7, I would play it. I would play it and have highlights for that because that would be probably the biggest game we have. But right now I'm going to stick with game 1 of the first home game of the first round of the playoffs. And one thing I want to try starting in year 3 for this simulation is when I do these highlights. I went to school for broadcasting, and I've done a couple of play-by-play commentary. I'm thinking about putting myself instead of Emmerich and oh my god, I can't think. You know what I'm talking about. Just change the commentary and just have me talk over, because I honestly feel like some of the commentary is bland, and I hope they change that in NHL 20. So yes, so possibly next year we'll think about it. Have me. I practice watching the last video and watching some of the goals. So we'll jump into this first game of the first round. So enjoy the game, guys.
Subban. Passing one off now to Johansson. That puck went loose off the enemy. Points it. Brings a shot. Score! They strike early and quiet the crowd. 1-0.
Tourist should try to do a little less in the offensive zone there.
Carries it on in from center. Score! And the game is even. Oh, he takes possession. Fires! Score! His first playoff goal. What a great memory for him. He can't find the target.
Coach is always told to hit the net.
They score! And they've tied the game up. Chip to Draisaitl. One-time blast. Score! Flings it. He scores! A pair of goals by the same team. Slides it to the point. In the slot. Score! They're back to within one. Around through the corner. A big one-timer. Score! And this one is tied. That one to Arvidsson. Oh, and the pass wouldn't go. Stole that pass at a critical end of the ice. Laid on to McDavid. Score! Game over. Overtime winning goal. Game one has ended. And so, there is an edge. But can that edge be equaled next game? It'll be fun to see.
There's still a lot of hockey to be played, but winning game one is reason to celebrate nonetheless.
Alright guys, welcome back from game one, which was another overtime game for us against this team. Great game, obviously 9 goals. McDavid finally got something for us in this series. 2 goals, 1 assist, good way to show up in this Edmonton Oilers GM franchise. One thing I will say though is this team has got to learn to stop the cross-crease one-timers. I can't tell you how many times watching it, I know I play it, but they were giving up 1, 2, 3, like constant, but most of the shots were missed, so they were lucky, but they should have won when it came down to that, when it mattered. As for us, Kapanen was, I thought that was going to be the game-winning goal. Kapanen stealing the puck and bringing it all the way up, turning around and passing it to Spooner. But we couldn't finish the game properly, but we ended up winning. So some positives, some negatives going from that game. As you take a look at the box score now, both goalies both faced 24 shots apiece. Multiple players in this game with multi-point games, and we got a lot of scoring from our first 3 lines, which was great to see, and not singling out the 4th line, but the 4th line played great as well. So we're going to do the rest of the simulating now, guys. Hopefully we can make this a quick one on this team, because we beat them, like I said, last year. Jordy Benn's back. I'm going to leave him out. I thought Ethan Bear played great in that first game. He had some great takeaways. But nonetheless, he is great depth to have, Jordy Benn is. So first period here in game 2. They score first again. So it's Yannick Weber getting into the series 1-0. We're out shooting them by 2 shots. I know it's not really out shooting, but we got to find a way to score here. So let's take a look at the second. We get a goal, but Kyle Turris scores first. Clefbaum gets a goal, but not too far apart, actually, 13 seconds apart. We need to find a way to close game out properly. So in this one, we need to get an equalizer early. We should, hopefully, but it doesn't look like it. And close it out. There, never mind, it's Johansson, sorry. Right in the goal crease. That may have been right there. Look, another goaltender interference call, possibly. But I don't get paid to ref. I get to do this instead. Spooner scores one right there. That's getting kind of late though. Will we score another one? And we will not. Nashville takes this one 3-2, so a very low-scoring game compared to last game. So Nashville steals one game. We're going to say steals. Ethan Bear hurt. Okay, so now we're going to bring Jordy Ben in. It's a shame. Ethan, young guy, great, played well. But we're going to have to bring Jordy Ben in here. Hopefully we can get Darnell back soon for that second pairing. So I'm not leaving any changes. McDavid now with 4 points. Let's go into game number 3. And one thing also that we talked about at the end of the last episode, we talked about the power play changing. And in that first game, we only had 2 power plays, but we got one early, which was great to have. But after that, we needed to still find a way to capitalize on power play opportunities. So first period here, and right there, 1-0 Leon Draisaitl, perfect. Our first line has been clutch so far. Let's see if they can continue that into the second period. Okay, 2-2. Tolvanen. So yeah, Tolvanen, guys, he played first game. Fiala was out. I don't remember seeing Ellis. That's the one. I don't recall seeing Ellis. Thomas Vanek scored against his former team, but Jacob Trouba gets one late with 3:40 to go to tie this game up. So this series, I gotta say, so far, watching it through almost 3 games, both teams are evenly matched. No clear, decisive victor in both games. First game went to overtime, and the second game went down to the wire. This game's going to overtime as well. So let's see if we can score one here in Smashville. And we do right there. That is Connor McDavid. Perfect. We take one on the road to take a 2-1 series lead. And Connor McDavid, Kasperi Kapanen out with an injury. So we're going to have to fill his spot right there. That is I'd say a big loss on the third. But we're going to bring Marco Dano in. Like I said, I want to keep him for next year. I find he played well the one game and be great to have. So who do we have coming back? Darnell Nurse is back, perfect. That second pairing is a bit better now. So I'm not touching that. The defense is healthy. Now we just need Kapanen back. But let's see if we can get another victory here in Smashville. So first period tied 1-1. Chris Kreider gets one. And Thomas Vanek. So Vanek's got 2 against his former team, and Chris Kreider already playing better, I think, than Dzingel did last year. 2-1 there. Anthony Mantha right beside the face-off circle on the outside. Low shots, not a lot of shots though for Nashville, so maybe we are making them dump the puck in more than we should be taking them out wide. I should have simulated the second period. My bad. So Anthony Mantha scores there. I simulated that by accident, guys. But here we go. We're going to try and close this game out properly and not have me play, because I think that may have been a factor why. They have keep onslaughting his shots. We didn't have shots, I don't think, there for a couple minutes. So trying to close this game out. Very evenly matched again. I think this might be a 1-goal game. Decides it. Okay, Tobias Ryder puts one in the empty net, but all 4 games, guys. We're not going to include that empty net goal. All 4 games. What did do? All 4 games. Overtime. 5-4. 3-2. Overtime. 3-2. That was technically 2-1 with the empty net goal there. But this is an evenly matched series, and this is actually what we want, but also we kind of don't want in the same way, if you understand, because I have no clue where I'm going with that. Actually, I'm gonna drop my case right there. So actually what I was meant to say is it's good that it's evenly tight, so we know what we're going up against in this Western Conference, but we are kind of hoping that next year or years to come is what I'm trying to say, that we can be that top team, because like I said earlier in the last video, and I'll show you quick here just to show what I'm talking about. So we had 102 points, 3 points better than second, and they obviously had more wins, but so we finished the division with 102. Take a look at the Central. Chicago with 112. We're going up against Nashville, 102. So our best is their worst, we'll say, when it comes to for playoff spots. So we need to find a way to not go into overtime as much as you see the 12, and maybe win some in regulation, so we can look better on paper. So we're going to do this simulation. Hopefully this is the last game. Hopefully we can close it up, move on to the second round for the second time in 2 years. So first period, no scoring. Okay, evenly shot again. So yeah, we're gonna try and hopefully close this out. Like I said, it'd be nice to go back to the second round for the second year in a row. We've already done better progress than the others have since 2006. We've made the playoffs back-to-back years. Something that hasn't happened in a while. Sorry, Edmonton fans. So Kyle Yarncroc scores for Nashville in that second period. So we're going to go on the third. Hopefully we can make a comeback here, and we can send them home for the second straight year in a row. They are out shooting us. Power play, come on guys. Oh no, sorry, my bad. Craig Smith scores right there on Peter Mrazek. And unless barring a comeback, I don't see us. Yeah, 3-0. Okay, this game's over, guys. We need to regroup, hit the plane, go back to Nashville. Let's forget that one. Let's try and close it out in Game 6. David leading the way with 7 points. That's great. Yeah, if only you could do that in the regular season to get 100 points. All right, Game 6 in Nashville. First period. No scoring. What a shock. Close shots. Again, what a shock. Second period. They score again. Of course, Philip Forsberg. They're out shooting. Kevin Fiala. We are probably going to game. There we go. Nugent Hopkins right there. We have a chance, but they're badly out shooting us. Come on, guys. Bring the comeback on. Down 10 shots. There we go. Chris Kreider right there. We tie this game up. Come on, guys, close it out. Let's get another one. Let's get one, and they'll shock their fans. No scoring. So they're out shooting us 37-23. Now, if there's one thing you noticed about Game 1, there's a lot of Nashville fans in Edmonton for Game 1. So let's hope the Edmonton fans have made their way down to the Music City and are cheering on this Oilers team to help them move on. And they're showing off their blue and orange as Nashville showing their yellow in Game 1. So Mrazek's faced 42 shots already. I obviously don't see what's going on, but on paper he's looking great. They score though. Eli Tolvanen, the guy that we thought was not going to play this series, scores, and we are going to a Game 7. Game 7. So we haven't been to Game 7 yet this whole series. Let's try. I'm not changing anything, or do I? No, if I make that change, they're probably just going to change it back. So I was thinking about putting Talbot in because he had such a great run last year, but we all know they're always going to change it back. So Game 7, McDavid, you got to lead the way. You got to give them a good speech in the dressing room. So let's see. First period, 2-1. There you go. Kahari and McDavid leading the way with Vanek though not from behind scoring. So 3 goals really in 2 minutes. McDavid putting the team, like I said, and we are outshooting them 14-6. So like I said, McDavid gave him that first period speech, and it's clearly working so far. Let's see if it continues. Second period. So Smith gets one, but then Mantha scores one late. So we have the lead. Let's see if this will close out properly, and we can seal the deal, move on, and we can go up against our next opponent and make, hopefully, a shot for going to the third round and even the Stanley Cup final again. So here we go, boys. Oh my God. Dan Hamhuis, you've been nowhere this series, and you decided to show up now. Oh my God. It says 6:05 left, Hamhuis scores. They outshoot us. We're going to overtime again. This series is close. I can't even watch the simulation. I don't want to know what happens. Come on, guys. You're at home. Usually when... Oh, Kyle Turris, former Ottawa Senator. Breaking my heart. I make all these deals. bring Kreider in, help that second line. And we can't do anything. Okay. Okay, guys. Well, that was a bittersweet, not happy ending to this episode. So we lose in 7. We were up 3-1. We came back, won 3-0, then 3-2 to tie it up. And then they beat us in overtime after we were outplaying them for most of the game. So I know Mrazek played that whole series. I'm not putting the whole blame on Mrazek, but is there a possibility maybe we might have to move Mrazek? He was the goaltender I thought was going to come in and replace Talbot. Talbot played better than him actually this year. So is Mrazek possibly what we got to move? And the Toronto Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup. I am so disappointed right now. I was hoping for a better run. So Arizona, Carolina, Los Angeles, Ottawa. They have no first-round draft pick. Great. Let's take a look at retired players, and then we'll call it an end. Joe Thornton retires. Spezza, Cullen, Chara, Nielsen, Stepniak, Chmera, Horton, Stajan, Malone, Nelson, Hamuse. Yanni retires. Daly, Mason Raymond, David Booth, Steve Bernier, David Clarkson, Brooks Orpik, Kyle Quincy, Carlo Goliakovo, goaltenders Jonas Gustafsson, the monster. Never panned out like they portrayed it. 72 wins in his career. Johan Holmquist, Michael Layton, Victor Foss retires, so hopefully that will help for Raquel to develop. So Chara and Nielsen become scouts. I'll do awards quickly, and then we are going to call it quits, guys. So awards. Toronto won. Chicago with the Presidents. It was Nashville. So we lost to the team that lost in the finals. So we had a chance, really. Ryan O'Reilly with the Art Ross, Ovechkin with the Hart, Carlson, Kane, Zadina, Anderson, Holtby, Crawfords, Cuckoo, Ryan O'Reilly, Ovechkin, Tarasenko. Alright, guys, so I'm going to end it there on a low note. Let me know what you think we need to do for in this draft. We don't have our first round draft pick. Do we move Mrazek? Do we try and get a better goaltender than both of them? Do we trade both of them to get a better goaltender? As for the forwards and defense, I'm quite content with what we have. I know Spooner does not want to stay with this team, so we're probably going to move Kahari up. And then we'll have room for a fourth line center to make either from in our system or through free agency. So there you go. We lose 7 games first round in Nashville. Next episode we'll do the draft and we'll do free agency. Hopefully it's not like last time where it was half an hour long. I think this should be a bit quicker one. So I'll end it there. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, turn on the notifications, and drop comments of what you think we should do. Check out our Facebook page and our Instagram page. And I will see you at the 2020 Alexis Lafreniere draft. You guys have a great night and take care.